So this is the new sign that I created yesterday to go out with today, to help make people see what type of time they live in. And yesterday, well, day one, which was Saturday, I didn't shout and scream and shout. I didn't, say anything. I just waited for people to come over. But today was different. Today, I paraded, and as people walked past, I asked them questions. I said, do you have a soul? Can energy be destroyed, transferred? All sorts of questions. And I also, went and spoke the truth, out loud. And for the average person, the things I talk about deeply, one-to-one, can be overwhelming. But I kept it simple, and I kept to the facts that, unfortunately, what is an unconscious mind really is a zombie. And so I did play once, Bad Wolves, while I was parading with with the banner, and sing along to What's in Your Head, Zombie. So, Nano Smart Dust, obviously. It's not just that, I'm afraid, though. It's worse. It's that because through geoengineering, they've also spread tiny particles of metals, and you have been breathing in those metals as well. And so I hate this, but we're not born in a good time. In fact, no, we are born into a very, very corrupt civilization that has used the truth of the rainbow against those that should know what the rainbow represents and means, and should stand for it, because it stands for creation. It stands for a great deal of knowledge to do with space, time, and how we even exist in the first place. As I've said in other videos, this relates to your chakras and sounds, and how the rainbow creates white light, and today we see the fake ass white sun. So again, I went out with my hoodie on, and it wasn't a bad afternoon. I spent about 4 hours again. It was raining, which wasn't really good for the signs by the end, because all the ink started going down the signs, but never mind. Interestingly enough, I came to a point where a lot of children from school was walking through town, and that, to my surprise, made me realize that the kids know more than the adults, really. And if anyone's gonna save our nation, it'll be the children, it'll be the young adults. And unfortunately, that is what they're kind of predicting in the programming. This is why you're kind of seeing, like, in kids programs and in adult programs now, children saving the world, because they understand. They, it's remarkable that the older generation don't feel as though it's not their responsibility as much as the younger generation. And I think that's because a lot of them are, how can I say, to do with spiritually, they're in a time where the alignment of the stars and frequencies is allowing them to grow, I suppose, spiritually, and when they do seek truth, they grow, they open their minds more at a younger age. So it's interesting that a lot of young people came over and was interested in what I had to say, interested in, the truth essentially. So it's been a progressive journey to get here, and one fraught with so many challenges, but I'm here, I'm on the street, and I'm trying my best to help so many people become the difference. You know, you do make a difference, and it can be the small amount, you know, or a big amount. But if you line yourself with truth and you're using your voice, which a lot of people don't do either, to be honest, they know something's wrong but they just let it go, and that's kind of what we've not got to do now. But unfortunately, because the way things work is that they provoke us and we have to respond, and if we don't respond, they carry on with their agendas until it's too late to respond, and they've already implemented their you know, solutions. So there's a great deal of knowledge that you need to know about sonoluminescence, toroidal fields, Fibonacci sequence, how the globe earth model is based on the perfect circle, and the great cycle of life itself and time, and how the people who control our time today have erased the past to the point where we don't know, and are making the same mistakes as we did once before. Those people that control the past control the future and the present, and I'm afraid so many of you don't know it. Don't know the past at all, because you're walking around like you're not a slave. So please share, like and subscribe. Much more to come.